The death toll is rising following Hurricane Michael. We'll look at the rescue efforts still underway in the Florida Panhandle.
Plus, erosion before and after the storm on Lido Beach. Could more sand have been saved if things were done differently?
And a death investigation in Sarasota. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 6.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Taylor Torgano. Thanks for joining us. Jacqueline Matter has the evening off.
We're going to get to the latest on Michael and recovery efforts in the Panhandle in just a moment. But first, two separate death investigations are now underway.
The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is now looking into a possible murder-suicide in Palmer Ranch. Detectives were first alerted to the deaths around 10 this morning. That's after a neighbor found a man and woman dead inside a home on Sarasota's Central Parkway. Detectives believe this was a murder-suicide. However, the official cause of deaths will be determined by the medical examiner. The victims have been identified as 82-year-old Herbert Brooker and 78-year-old Maureen Brooker. The investigation is ongoing.
In a separate death investigation, Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is also investigating after human remains were found in Collier County. The remains have been identified as a Sarasota County resident. The Naples Daily News is reporting the remains belong to a man. Two men working for a home renovation company found those remains on a work site on Tuesday. This investigation is also ongoing. Well, there is a trail of devastation in the Florida Panhandle.
Hurricane Michael now responsible for at least 13 deaths, and that number is only expected to rise. Natasha Chen is in Mexico Beach tonight, where people are trying to figure out their new normal.
Massive flooding, demolished infrastructure.
Roofs are gone, houses are flattened, trees are everywhere.
A trail of devastation from Florida to Virginia. A diminished Hurricane Michael moved out to sea as a post-tropical low Friday morning, but not before delivering a final blow to the storm-weary Carolinas and southern Virginia.
During Michael, we saw wind gusts of almost 70 miles an hour in the Outer Banks, rain totaling almost 10 inches.
The destruction the storm left behind is now coming into focus.
Unfortunately, we're still not through all the rubble. It's going to take us a while to get through it, and people are not going to be able to return home.
Several coastal towns in Florida are left unrecognizable, but almost none more so than Mexico Beach, ground zero for Michael's wrath.
It looks like a war zone.
Residents who rode out the storm left in shock.
This has been, I don't even know if I had the words to describe it. It's been the worst nightmare I've ever been through in my life.
With limited cell service,
Brandy, it's Dad.
People are slowly getting in touch with loved ones.
If you would just post that on Facebook so everybody can see it, that we're okay, that we can't get any signal.
And starting to figure out just how to get on the road to recovery.
Are you guys going to make it?
I hope we're going to make it. I feel we will.
In Mexico Beach, Florida, I'm Natasha Chen reporting.
Well, let's find out where Michael is right now and what we can expect for a great weekend ahead. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Well, Michael continues to gain strength, if you can believe that. It went down to 50-mile-an-hour winds just yesterday and last night, and now it's back up to 65. But the good news is it's not having any impact on the United States as far as wind goes. Still some big waves crashing along the northeast United States. There it goes. It's going to race off to the east-northeast at around 25 to 30 miles an hour. So again, it doesn't appear to be any problem for land, but for shipping interest, it will be a concern. You can see those winds now up to 65. The pressure has actually been lowering now as a result of it moving over the warm waters of the Gulf Stream along the east coast. And as far as its motion, you can see it just races off in the North Atlantic. Still a pretty big storm. And again, all the way over to near Portugal and Spain in about 5 days from now. So that's good news on that front. It's moving away. Also good news is the system we were watching down in the Western Caribbean has, for the most part, been dropped to 0% chance of developing over the next 5 days. For us, it's all about the cold front now. The cold front has slid on by. Some showers and storms down to our south, but no rain here. Great news for football Friday night, too. Looks like no rain expected for folks going out to the games, and it's going to be quite comfortable. The dew point's already lowering. That means the humidity lowering as well. That's our current conditions, 82 degrees right now. And with the dew point 69, it makes it feel comfortable out there. The pressure 29.82 inches. That's, again, starting to rise. High pressure is building in. Get a look at some of these lows. 67 in Northport to start your Saturday off. 69 in Osprey and 70 in Bradenton. A little bit warmer along the beaches, but still not bad. And inland areas will be down into the mid-60s. Wauchula at 66 degrees and Sebring the same. So high pressure building in, keeping skies clear across the southeast. This high will dominate our weather over the weekend. And we have good news on the red tide front as well. The red tide seems to be vanished for the most part. Will it be back? We'll talk about that coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Thanks, Bob. The huge sandbags known as trap bags protecting parts of Lido Beach took a beating earlier this week because of Hurricane Michael.
Despite them eventually collapsing at the beach, city officials say they did the job they were supposed to do. ABC 7's Rick Adams joins us live from Lido Beach near the Pavilion area with more on what happened there. Rick?
Yeah, Taylor and Scott, the trap bags were right in that area. A lot of people are wondering what happened to them. Prior to Hurricane Michael, this is what Lido Beach looked like near the Pavilion area. It was lined with these huge sandbags known as the trap bag. Here's what it looked like during the storm earlier this week, and here's how it is today. Sand from the trap bags washed away and they collapsed.
They bore the brunt of the heavy wave action. We did lose the bags, but it saved the dunes, and that's what was important to us, was to save the dunes.
This raised questions of whether the trap bags were installed properly by crews from the city of Sarasota because there were no covers on top of them, and typically it should be covered as shown in this picture from another location. Buzz Wade, the creator of trap bags, says having the cover on would have helped, but he says the city of Sarasota still did a good job.
It failed because the waves just overcame it. It was more than what it was in that particular application designed to do. But then when it did collapse, it still stopped it from eroding. They only lost maybe a foot or so instead of losing 10 or 20 feet that they would have lost.
Trap bags placed on dry land protecting the Lido Beach Pavilion and pool area were not impacted and are still in place. The city of Sarasota says the main reason this happened to these huge sandbags was because of the power of the storm.
It was just all night long, the heavy surf conditions and everything else. Even at low tide, the wave action was still hitting the bags.
City officials say most of the trap bags that collapsed have been recovered by crews. And the city of Sarasota says they will be putting new trap bags here as soon as possible. Reporting live from Lido Beach, I'm Rick Adams. Back to you.
The Northport Police Department is asking for your help tonight. They're looking for this man. He's wanted for snatching a wallet from a shopping cart in a TJ Maxx. They say he hid the wallet inside a newspaper and walked out of the store. If you recognize him, you are asked to contact the Northport Police Department. An update now on the future of the Sable Trace Golf Course in Northport. Residents there getting a second chance to hear what the developers had to say at Wednesday's community meeting.
That's right. They plan to build a two-phase 500-home development currently being called The Springs on what used to be a golf course there. The property was foreclosed on 3 years ago and sold at auction for $2.7 million over the summer. City commissioners will eventually have to approve this project before it moves ahead, but construction is not expected to begin until late next year.
Sarasota County students can expect something extra special for lunch in the week ahead. Starting Monday, the district will be celebrating National School Lunch Week. They will be bringing in guest servers to encourage healthy eating, and the theme of it this year, lots of love. About 32,000 meals are served in the school district every school day.
Well, still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, the city of Northport has a new parking ordinance. Why some homeowners say they're confused by what it allows to be parked on their properties.
And our coverage of the damage caused by Hurricane Michael continues. How much insurance experts predict the damage will cost.
Northland Outdoors is about so much more than the biggest fish or the hottest hunting spots. All across the Northland, there are amazing people with incredible stories to tell. We're going to find those stories and share them with everyone. Join us each and every week as we explore the Northland and experience some of the most exciting outdoor adventures in the country right here in our own backyard. This is Northland Outdoors.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
Helping families with mesothelioma is all we do. My firm has been offering a free book on mesothelioma for over 10 years. Since that time, hundreds of people with mesothelioma have trusted us to represent them. We have local offices throughout the U.S. and there is no risk to you. Mesothelioma really is all we do. Call us at 1-800-485-6000. That's 1-800-485-6000. Or go to mesoonlylaw.com.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Continuing our coverage of the Florida Panhandle tonight, nearly 350,000 customers in Northwest Florida are without power. But the crews trying to get the lights back on will be getting a little extra help. On Thursday, Florida Governor Rick Scott gave the orders for push crews. These workers will go in before the utility companies and try to clear a path. The goal is to get the power back on faster.
We're just doing everything we can to see what we can do to be helpful to them. That's why we do the push. We got the push crews. We've offered up as many push crews as any of them want, which is just go ahead of them to just try to clean things up to make it so easier when the power companies go there with their utility crew that they're doing it. But you know, we all expect the power to get on like yesterday.
Pensacola-based Gulf Power has estimated that it could take weeks to rebuild its infrastructure in the hardest hit areas, such as that Panama City area.
Insured losses from Hurricane Michael could go as high as $4.5 billion. That's according to an early estimate by an insurance industry group. The least amount they're anticipating is about $2 billion in losses. However, it's still too early to know exactly how much damage was caused by Michael.
Losses are just starting to trickle in. What happens right after the storm is people are in recovery mode and they're trying to clean up, assess the damages, get their lives back to some area of normalcy, and then they start with the insurance claims.
The largest amount in losses anticipated to come from residential home damage.
Well, do you want to help those impacted by the storm? The Manatee County Sheriff's Office is collecting donations next week for victims of Hurricane Michael. You can drop off new and package donations starting on Monday, but no cash donations will be accepted at those drop-off areas. If you do want to donate cash, you are asked to go through the American Red Cross. The drop-off locations include 301 Boulevard West in Bradenton, 57th Avenue East in Bradenton, and 67th Street Circle East in Bradenton. The times of each location will vary.
Wonderful to see these efforts, people coming together, knowing how fortunate we are to not having to deal with this storm in a direct way as those folks in the Panhandle.
And knowing we had to deal with last year too,
Yeah.
it's empathy for those folks, and a lot of people are helping out. Obviously, that's a good thing. What Michael did is help us out too with our red tide. Get a look at this report. It's been the story for the past 3 months now. Red tide has been so high in high concentrations all across the Suncoast, but now this is the latest report from the FWC showing just some low concentrations and very low in Manatee County. You'll see nothing in Sarasota County except for that one by New Pass, and that's again low concentrations of red tide. But one thing to kind of note here is that we are still seeing some high concentrations in Pinellas County, and there have been some dead fish reports there. On the scale, though, this is looking a lot better. For 3 successive weeks now, we have had less and less red tide being reported, and we're going to get back to an east wind as early as Sunday afternoon, so that'll be nice too with that east wind. And a beautiful day on the beaches, and looks like the weekend is going to be spectacular as far as beach weather goes. We'll have lots of sunshine. It'll be kind of cool to start things off in the 60s at least across parts of inland areas, low 70s right near the beaches, but the humidity will be really quite low both days for the most part to start things off. It'll start to pick back up a little bit by Sunday afternoon. You can see this is the actual leading edge of the cold front that has made its way through. Cindy Desmond getting that shot. There wasn't much to the clouds as a result of lack of moisture to deal with as the front worked its way through. Well, the Titan radar picture is showing some rain and even some snow earlier today in the central Illinois. The Northeast had some rainfall earlier as a result of Michael, but that has now since pushed off. For us, all the showers and storms well down to our south associated with that frontal boundary. You can see some pretty heavy activity near West Palm Beach and near Pompano Beach. As far as the forecast goes, you can see not rain being depicted, some clouds out there in the Gulf of Mexico, but nothing for us. We'll see just a few clouds and a slight chance for showers come Sunday as those winds start to return more easterly by Sunday afternoon. That will also start to bring that humidity back up, and sure enough, we'll be back into summer, at least it'll feel like that, by Tuesday of next week. Well, the evening planner for football Friday night or for any activity outdoors looks to be really quite nice, mid-70s by 11 o'clock tonight under fair skies. Well, here's the lows to start things off. 50s over Gainesville, Tallahassee, and 67 in Orlando. Pretty close to that in Sarasota, although if you're at the beach, probably right around 70, 72 degrees. Fort Myers, 69. They're east, that's the airport. Expected to get down into the 60s there in Fort Myers. Highs tomorrow will still be warm, but it'll be noticeably less humid out there, so it won't feel as hot like we've experienced for the past 5 months. 80 degrees in Braden Beach. By the way, the last time we were in the 60s was 140 days ago, May 26th. They have to go back all the way to May 26th for that airport reading to get down to the 60s. Now, as far as the highs go on Sunday, 89 in Sarasota, 90 in Fort Myers, so it goes back up pretty quickly. And then the humidity starts to come back as well. There's that dry air in place. The front is now through us, and the winds basically west to east. You can see those that moisture moving off to the east now, so that is going to keep the fronts away from us for a little while anyway. We'll have another front come down close next Friday, but a stronger cold front due to arrive on October 26th, and that's going to be the strongest of all the fronts. It looks like that could bring things into the 70s for highs by, looks like 2 Fridays from now, actually. So we have, again, out there, Leslie just kind of working its way around throughout the Atlantic, still hanging on those. This system isn't. This is Nadine. Nadine is getting ripped apart by some upper-level winds and still heading off to the west, so that's not going to have much of a factor. Look how things cooled down as a result of Michael. This is the water temperatures. These were into the mid to upper 80s just a few days ago, and now into the low 80s, and still potential there, but as these cold fronts come down, kind of shuts things down in the Gulf of Mexico. Still very hot in the southwestern portion of the Gulf. As far as the currents go, 82 degrees now. Northwest winds at 12, indicating that front has moved on by. The high today, 85 degrees, and normal high at 86. So as far as the boating goes, looks to be pretty good out there. West and northwest winds will start things off, and then we'll turn to the north in the afternoon. Seas running 2 feet and a light chop on the bays and inland waters. As far as the extended forecast, looking pretty good. We'll see lots of sunshine tomorrow, and high temperatures will warm into the mid-80s, and the water temperature at 84. There it is. Looking good. On Sunday, too, we have the Morton's Firehouse Chili Cook-Off taking place from 2 to 5 right there at Hillview. So come on out and help the Sarasota Firefighters Benevolent Fund. Back to you.
All right, enjoy that chili, Bob. Tonight, a new parking ordinance has people talking in Northport. It was put in place because some homeowners are parking their boats and other items in their driveways. So that's when the city of Northport came to the conclusion that residential parking had become problematic there. So here are the new rules. On properties smaller than about 5 acres, homeowners can park no more than 10 vehicles. That includes boats, trailers, and RVs. No more grass parking for larger vehicles is allowed. They have to have an improved surface underneath. And Northport has put an end to parking on sidewalks or streets.
In any community, parking is always an issue. Within every city, you can't make everybody happy, so sometimes people tend to park a little more vehicles that are unsightly. This ordinance is trying to be broad in scope. It's more liberal than what was allowed in the past.
City officials say if any homeowner violates the new ordinance, the Code Enforcement Department as well as Northport Police could take action and give out parking fines.
Manatee County School District's North River High School hasn't even opened, yet some community members are already demanding the school be renamed. In the original naming process, the district received more than 270 recommendations. The school board decided on North River High, but after receiving a lot of pushback from the community to change the name to Parish High School, the board has decided to restart the process.
When you mess with Parish and you mess with the people at Parish, we're a small, sleepy town, but you can wake us up really fast, and you have.
The school district policy requires a 6-month process during which community members can submit names through mail, email, and in person. The district will choose a new name in February, and the school is under construction now, but it's set to open in August of 2019.
Those future students want to know what to call their school.
Right?
Yeah. Still to come in your Suncoast News, hundreds of bike riders heading to the area this weekend.
We'll tell you about the USA BMX National in Sarasota next. But first, here's what's coming up on World News Tonight.
Tonight, inside the recovery after a deadly hurricane slammed the Gulf Coast, leveling communities, leaving hundreds of thousands without power. Can they rebuild? Our team is on the ground. World News Tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast.
My California Closets designer is a rock star. She was able to design the most beautiful space for me. When I turn the lights on, it's breathtaking. It's just a little slice of organized heaven. The California Closet team was so professional, so reliable. It was seriously a dream come true. My name is Jill, and this is my California Closet story.
If you don't want to fall immediately into love, look away. If you don't want to awaken a desire for excellence, look away. If you don't want to be seduced, please look away.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Rugs as Art. You know the name, you know the building, but do you know what's inside? Yes, Rugs as Art is Florida's #1 area rug superstore. But there is so much more. Amazing furniture, accessories, and art. All this and more. Come see for yourself. You'll love our personal touch and be pleasantly surprised by our affordable prices. Rugs as Art and more. There is so much more to explore.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call, and you cannot be turned down for any reason. Even if you have health problems or are living on a fixed income, guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance policies could work for you, with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
My mom didn't have life insurance and the cost all fell on me. And that's expensive. We're still paying for that.
Yeah, we're still paying for that.
Call 1-800-218-4991. Now, in one phone call, you can help prepare your family with protection amounts up to $25,000. There are no medical tests or health questions. And remember, you cannot be turned down for any reason. In fact, TruStage policies are already protecting over 18 million Americans. And rates are designed to be affordable, starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease.
When I leave, everything will be taken care of for them.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TruStage offers plans to fit your budget with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-218-4991 now.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Racers, take your mark. Hundreds of USA BMX professionals will take to the track in Sarasota for the Sunshine State Nationals. Races began today, giving spectators a view of the big event and how talented some of these racers are. The racing continues tonight and will go on through the weekend. Cool event there in Sarasota. And look at this shirt by the fans of Bob Harrigan.
That's it, man, right there. It's Headstand Friday. That's right. These are Facebook fans, and we have them right here, PVC, MCG, and anyways, Jason Parita and Molly Catherine, they have a great night on Friday, so we do these headstands, so they made shirts, so this is fun.
That's
Have a
awesome.
great weekend.
Awesome.
We love it. World News Tonight with David Muir is next. We'll see you again.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do it yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Blue 32, Blue 32, hut hut! It's the Gatto Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Gatto dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Gatto location near you or visit Gatto.com.
Gatto's got it.
Stop in and save big on new Ram trucks during Ram Power Days at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota. The Ram 1500 has been named a Consumer Guide Best Buy for 6 years running. Get an all-new 2019 Ram Quad Cab for as little as $24,999. Or save big and get up to $14,328 off a new Ram Bighorn Crew Cab. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Like no other. So why should your choices be ordinary? Ghibli, the absolute opposite of ordinary.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Strong storm, the trees are down and the lights are out.
No air conditioning, no refrigerator.
I get how strong the storm was, but I need my power back.
We get it. We don't just work for FPL, we're customers too.
After a storm hits, restoring power safely and as quickly as possible is our #1 priority. That's why we never stop preparing. We have the best resources in place so we can be ready to respond in good weather and bad.
Storm season is here. We're ready. Are you?
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.